Electric vehicles have come a long way in recent years, offering clean energy, quiet performance, and lower running costs compared to traditional gas-powered cars. But despite all the technological progress, there's one expensive truth every EV owner eventually faces. The battery doesn't last forever. Replacing it can easily cost more than $10,000. And while many drivers assume that kind of wear happens naturally over time, the reality is far more avoidable. Most people are slowly degrading their EV batteries without even realizing it, through everyday habits that seem harmless: how they charge, where they park, and even the settings they leave on when they walk away. Each of these small actions can quietly shave years off a battery's lifespan. Understanding how to avoid these common mistakes can make the difference between an EV that holds its range for years and one that fades far too soon. Let's start with one of the biggest offenders: using fast charging too often. At first glance, those big roadside DC fast chargers seem like a miracle of convenience. You pull up, plug in, stretch your legs, grab a drink, and within half an hour, your battery jumps from nearly empty to about 80%. For busy drivers, that's incredibly useful, especially on long trips. But every time you connect your car to that much power that quickly, you're putting immense stress on the battery's internal components. The rapid inflow of energy generates significant heat inside the pack, and no matter how advanced the car's cooling system might be, that kind of thermal stress accumulates. Over time, the repeated cycle of heating and cooling takes a measurable toll on the cells, gradually wearing them down from the inside. Research and long-term data from fleets have confirmed that frequent use of DC fast charging can cause a battery to lose usable capacity up to 20 to 30% faster compared to those charged mainly through slower Level 2 systems. That translates to less range, more frequent charging stops, and ultimately a lower resale value. Automakers know this very well, which is why they recommend using fast chargers sparingly, ideally for road trips, emergencies, or occasional convenience, not for daily charging. By reserving fast charging for special occasions and relying on slower, gentler charging at home or work, drivers can significantly extend their battery's health. Years later, when other EVs of the same age have lost noticeable range, that choice alone can be the reason yours still performs like new. Another subtle but damaging habit is letting the battery sit at full charge for extended periods. On the surface, it feels like a smart thing to do. After all, who wouldn't want to start every day with maximum range available? But lithium-ion batteries don't appreciate being held at their highest voltage levels. When the pack remains at 100% for too long, the chemical components inside start to deteriorate faster. Specifically, the cathode materials undergo structural breakdown, which permanently reduces how much energy the battery can store. So while your dashboard might show a full bar today, that same full will actually represent less energy months or years down the road. In other words, the range begins to shrink earlier than it should. Manufacturers like Tesla, Hyundai, and several others have made this clear in their manuals and apps. Tesla even includes a built-in feature that lets drivers set a charging limit to avoid unnecessary stress. The general rule for daily use is to keep your battery between roughly 20% and 80%, maybe up to 90% if you need a bit of extra cushion. This range keeps the voltage in a healthy zone where the chemistry is most stable. You'll still have plenty of range for commuting and errands, but you'll also be sparing your battery from unnecessary strain. Setting your charger or car to automatically stop at around 80 to 90% is a simple set it and forget it trick that can add years to your battery's life and save you thousands in premature replacement costs. The opposite extreme, letting your battery run down to 0% or near empty, can be just as harmful. Many drivers like to push their cars to the limit, waiting until the low battery warning flashes before recharging, thinking it's no big deal. But in reality, deep discharges create significant chemical stress inside the battery. When a lithium-ion cell is drained too far, it risks forming metallic lithium on the anode, a phenomenon known as lithium plating. This process irreversibly reduces the cell's ability to store energy, meaning that even after recharging, the battery will never fully recover its original capacity. Do this often enough, and your total driving range will noticeably decline faster than normal. Worse still, most EV manufacturers specify in their warranty terms that damage caused by repeatedly running the battery to empty is not covered. So if your pack ends up degraded, the repair or replacement bill falls on you. To avoid this, try not to let your battery sit at very low levels for long periods. Ideally, you should keep it in that same healthy middle zone, between about 20% and 80%. That provides enough range for daily needs while ensuring the internal chemistry remains stable. It's a small adjustment in habit, but over years of ownership, it can make an enormous difference in maintaining long-term performance. Heat, meanwhile, is the silent killer of lithium-ion batteries, perhaps the single greatest factor in premature degradation. Extreme heat accelerates the breakdown of the electrolyte and causes the materials inside the cells to become unstable. Once the damage occurs, it can't be reversed. The early generations of EVs, like the first Nissan Leafs, made this painfully clear. In hot regions such as Arizona and Texas, where those cars lacked active cooling systems, owners saw their batteries lose a huge portion of their capacity in just a few years. Today's EVs are far better equipped, often using sophisticated liquid cooling systems, but that doesn't make them invincible. Parking in direct sunlight every day, especially during summer, still forces the battery to endure high internal temperatures. The cooling system may kick in to help, but that only adds further wear to the hardware and consumes extra energy. The best thing you can do is to park in shaded areas, covered garages, or anywhere away from direct heat. And if you live in a particularly warm region, avoid leaving your car plugged in at full charge under hot conditions. That combination of high voltage and high temperature is a recipe for rapid degradation. Cold weather, on the other hand, poses a different kind of challenge. When temperatures drop too low, the chemical reactions inside a lithium-ion cell slow dramatically. Trying to charge a battery when it's that cold can again trigger lithium plating, permanently reducing capacity. To prevent this, many automakers have introduced battery preconditioning systems that warm the pack before charging. Tesla, for instance, won't even allow charging to begin until the battery has reached a safe temperature. Preconditioning ensures that the internal chemistry is active enough to handle incoming energy without damage. So if you live in a region with harsh winters, it's worth getting into the habit of preconditioning your battery before plugging in. It might take a few extra minutes, but it will keep your battery healthy and your charging speeds consistent for years to come. Finally, one of the most overlooked factors in battery longevity is maintenance, specifically keeping your battery's cooling and management systems in good working order. An EV battery doesn't rely on motor oil, but it does depend on a network of pumps, fans, and valves to regulate temperature and ensure even performance. If any of those components fail, the battery can overheat, and the resulting damage can be both severe and expensive. This isn't just theoretical. There have been real-world cases of recalls and widespread service issues, such as with the Chevy Bolt and Ford Mustang Mach-E, where cooling system or software faults led to battery problems. The good news is that most of these issues are preventable. Manufacturers routinely release software updates that fix bugs and improve thermal management, but those updates only help if you install them. Ignoring update reminders or skipping scheduled service appointments can leave your battery vulnerable to problems that would otherwise have been avoided. Keeping up with maintenance, performing software updates, and having technicians check the cooling system periodically are small tasks that go a long way toward preserving your car's most valuable component. A quick visit to the service center or a simple over-the-air update could save you thousands of dollars in the long run. In the end, extending your EV's battery life isn't about expensive modifications or complicated procedures. It's about awareness and consistency. Avoid excessive fast charging. Don't let your car linger at 100% or 0%. Protect it from extreme temperatures, use preconditioning wisely, and stay on top of maintenance. These habits might seem small on their own, but together they create a huge difference in how your EV performs over time. Years from now, when other drivers are facing costly battery replacements or shrinking range, you'll still be enjoying strong performance and peace of mind, all because you treated your battery with a bit of care and respect from day one.